Hello there, fellow viewers. Welcome to episode 2 of Deep Thoughts. We will be continuing our journey through Tim Ferris's premier work, the 4-Hour Workweek. Another big strategy that Tim Ferris has is how to deal with anxiety and fear. We could go back and play Wolfenstein. I figured a very good game that illustrates this is Mad Max. So let's jump right to it and see what Mad Max can teach us. For those of you who've never played this game, the main antagonist's name is Scrotus, which is awesome. Be warned, everyone in this game, except for Max, somewhat based off of Mel Gibson, I don't know. No, never mind. Not anti-Semitic enough. Everyone in this game is incredibly ugly. So, Tim Ferris begins this chapter just by illustrating, fear and how we feel fear. While there are many real fears, there are many real things to be afraid of, such as death, starvation, the bubonic plague making a resurgence. His point is, most of the time it's really not that bad. You just need to take a step back and really analyze what's going on. So for example, in what I'm doing right now, I'm driving to an old hideout we've happened upon, which was burned to the ground, and I'm going in to rescue a dog. Now, of course, Max is probably fearful, as well as Chum Bucket, this grotesque-looking, shirtless man on the back of my car. Both very frightened. But realistically, what's the worst that could happen? Well, of course, within the diegesis of the game, hey, the dog! Well, the dog's okay. Yay! The dog can detect minefields. I did not know there were minefields in the game. So really, it's for my benefit that I took a chance, which I think is something we can all learn from. See, here we have another scenario where we can apply Tim Ferris's rules. I believe I've found a minefield. Now, the advantage that if I defuse the minefield is that I can gain a little bit more control over this territory I'm in. The rational fear, however, is that I'll get the shit blown out of me by the mines. So, if we think about it, what is actually the worst that could happen? I get blown up. That's probably the worst thing, but, and sucks for Max, but this is a video game. So I'll really be fine, very, very low risk. Okay, it's not a minefield, I don't know what that was. This dog is just leading me astray. Oh, how not to defuse a minefield, shit. Okay. Is the dog dead? Did I just lose the dog? Are you serious? Oh wait, no, the dog's there. No, okay, dog's there. We're okay. So, Tim Ferris in his book has a quote, and it goes like this: pure hell causes action, but anything less than that, we can rationalize to put up with. Now, don't you think that's kind of funny? Now, in the worst case scenario of anything, we'll do something, but even if it's a monicum of slightly less than pure hell, we'll put up with it. Like, if you really, really don't like your major, but at the end of the day you're like, it's not too bad. Like, why put up with that? Why does that stop us from doing something when we're only 80% miserable? Why not take action when we're like 40% miserable, or 20% miserable, or not miserable at all, and we just realize we're in a shitty situation? Like Max here. I can't think of a way to make an analogy out of that, but if you're unhappy, you too should suplex your unhappiness. Don't let a little bit of unhappiness or uncomfortableness stop you from doing things, because quite honestly, if you do wait for it, chances are these little sort of increments of these little bits of misery will add up into one giant shitstorm that will make you super unhappy. And then you'll do something about it, when you could have done something a little bit earlier about it. Okay, hang on a second. Let me get past this, and then I'll continue with the deep thoughts. So first of all, define the nightmare. Define the absolute worst case scenario that could possibly occur from whatever you want to do, from whatever is causing you anxiety. And then 2, so assuming the absolute worst does happen, what are some steps you can take then to repair the damage or get things back on track? And then 3rd, what are outcomes and benefits, both temporary and permanent, that are more probable than shit hitting the fan and everything going south? But if you were to get fired from your job, what are things you can do to regain financial stability? 5, what are you putting off because of this anxiety? What is this anxiety causing you to miss out on, to skip, to not do, that could give you great pleasure? And then 6, again, more specific to jobs, what is it costing you financially, emotionally, and physically to postpone action? Yeah. And then finally, what are you waiting for? He opens up this chapter with another great quote saying that there is never a perfect time to do anything. You can wait as long as you want for there to be a perfect time to ask that girl out, to be the perfect time to quit your job, or be the perfect time to invade a base of homicidal maniacs who sniff crude oil and then worship a dude called Scrotus. And chances are, since, again, I will stress this, we don't live in a post-apocalyptic world where one little mistake results in death, chances are, whatever you're postponing, once you do it, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. This up. Precarious, don't you think? Awesome. So there you have it. That's Tim Ferris's chapter on dealing with fear. Now I hope you go forward in the world much like our Mad Max here, and despite the odds, move forward. Continue. Inspire. One last hurrah. Thrust of my fist in glory. Yeah. Anyways, till next time.